everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Louise from the Dusty Jacket. I am here in Maryland with my sister Beth. Hi. And she is going to be taking us to Baltimore, Maryland to visit a bookstore that was named Best Used Bookstore by City Paper and has been in business since 2003. So hop on in. Come along for the ride because we are booking it to the Book Escape.
Baltimore is Maryland's largest city with a rich history, including being the birthplace of Francis Scott Key's poem that would become our national anthem. Today, Baltimore remains a bustling port city for both cargo and cruise ships, an epicenter of arts and entertainment, home of the National Aquarium, and a sports hub, hosting both the Orioles and Ravens.
We're here! We're here! We're here! Let's check it out!
The Book Escape is located in historic Federal Hill, which is characterized by its brick row homes, abundance of locally owned shops and restaurants, and the iconic Federal Hill Park. Owned by Andrew Stonebarger, the Book Escape offers some new but mostly used books with an inventory of approximately 50,000 books between those in storage and what they carry on the shelves.
Hi, I'm Andrew. Welcome to the Book Escape. Let's first take a look at these outside books. They're good books, they're not bad, and they have a pricing scheme that's terrific and is kind of unique. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the books are $2. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they're $1. And on Thursday, they're free. And sometimes we get a crowd on Thursdays. Anyway, the books are good. They're extra books that we have in the shelves. You'll see the place is packed. The books have to have somewhere to go. So they come out here, and you can get them for a bargain. Okay, now let me show you inside. Okay, so this is our new book section. You come in and you immediately see these new books. We got some of the hottest and latest books. Colleen Hoover, extremely popular among young ladies these days. This shelf is devoted to classics. From way back and modern day classics. We have these because we just don't get enough of these in used. People like to hold on to them. We have some more, so we have some nonfiction new books. The Body Keeps Score, that's been very popular last year. And we've got local interest new books. Down here are books in the different neighborhoods in Baltimore. This book is especially interesting. Well, it was done by a friend of mine. It's not really a book, it's a journal. But it lists all the neighborhoods, well, not all the neighborhoods, but a lot of neighborhoods in Baltimore in different size font. Federal Hill, where we are right now, is right up there. And in fact, there's about 30 or 40 more neighborhoods in Baltimore. Baltimore is known as Charm City, but in addition to Charm City, it's also known as the city of neighborhoods as well, and you can see why. That's the new book section. Let's go to probably our most popular section. This is our fiction and literature section. We've got authors A to Z. This is we try to put some of the best books on this table. The shelves in this area came from a couple bookstores that we had that are no longer with us. The last books, we moved to this location a couple years ago from a couple blocks away. So a lot of the shelves came from there. With a small addition, we built these mini shelves on top. And we did this to kind of mimic the row house effect in Baltimore. Row houses right next to each other, adjacent, different heights. I think it works pretty well. We even built a rooftop deck there on one of them. And none other than Charles Dickens and Jane Austen action figures are standing looking over the bookstore. One of the things that makes the store unique, in my opinion, is the mix of art and literature. And here's an example of it right here. These 4 portraits were done by a lovely lady, Vera Smirnova, who is also my wife. A very accomplished artist. These are original portraits of different authors: Shakespeare, Virginia Woolf, Edgar Allan Poe, who of course lived in Baltimore for a time and also died here, and F. Scott Fitzgerald, who also lived in Baltimore for a period with Zelda, his wife. Okay, let me show you what's around the corner. This is our mystery section. Authors A to Z. It's a real good section. And right here is our horror section, a very popular section. Right next to horror, we have one of the shelf paintings that we have in the store, painted by Vera. It's a very interesting work, to say the least. It's right near the window, so it's a slasher scene. A lady is being threatened by this guy with a knife. Anyway, people pass by and they do a double take every once in a while. Let's go see the music section. Maybe we'll have a few stops along the way. Here's a women's fiction section that's very popular. Science fiction takes up this wall here. We had a group in from a university the other day that came here. There must have been 30, 40 people. Not all at once, but they came throughout the day. It was an assignment that they had to pick out a science fiction book. Not fantasy, science fiction. So they had to come here and find a science fiction book. It was a fun day. See what else we have. We have Shakespeare here before we get to music, as well as other drama and plays in this section. And let's go to music. It's a quirky area. Baltimore is a quirky city. We've got LPs along the wall. We just started selling albums 6 months ago or so. They've been doing really well. So we have some LPs there as well as in spots here. And we have the music books, as well as CDs. We just lowered the price of CDs to $1. I hear they're making a comeback too. So it's a great price. Okay, let's wind our way through the bookstore more and go to the older books. Meanwhile, passing English and writing. And then we reach the antique and collectible books. And people like myself, many people like myself, really love these books. It's like you're touching history with them. And they look very good in a place as well. Then we come to local interest, used. Local interest, used. This was written by David Simon, who actually lives in Baltimore, and he's been to the store a few times. You may know him if you've watched The Wire, because he's the one that did the Wire television series, as well as Homicide and The Corner. Okay, we've got the politics section here, presidents, biographies on presidents. Let's go into the next room. Okay, so this is our children's room. It's not in the best order, but children's rooms are like that. These are for the youngest children over here, some nonfiction as well. We've got young adult there. We've got vintage children. And then we also put sports in this room as well, and games. It seemed to work well. Okay, I want to talk about some of the paintings on this wall. They're all original, and again, they're, I believe, what makes this place partly, kind of special. These were all done by Vera, my wife. This is Alice in Wonderland. You probably recognize it. Very beautiful, very colorful. She did a great job in that. Down here we have Lord of the Rings. Very nice. This is my favorite one, though. Maybe you recognize it. It's Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. I love it. First you see the statue, then you see the man, then you see his lost love, Lenora. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this raven with his beak open. And you can almost hear him saying, nevermore, nevermore. Okay, let's go into the next room. This room is absolutely packed. It's where we put most of the nonfiction, or a lot of the nonfiction that we have. Any category you can think of, nonfiction, we probably have here. We've got art, we've got history, war, religion, New Age, women's interest, relationships. In the center here is our foreign language section, very strong foreign language section. Pretty much all the languages are covered. Back here we have science and health and computers. We've got philosophy here. We've got poetry here. And then we have one more room for you. And it's my favorite room in the whole place. Come on in. So this area was just a storage area until last year, when we decided to do something different with it. We dressed it up. We put a fresh coat of paint. We put some shelves in. We put a bench, pillows. And then Vera painted this masterpiece with these mermaids. One of the mermaids is reading a book, and it's just gorgeous. So many details. A lovely piece. She painted another mural there as well. And the books we put in here are on travel as well, so they take you places in your mind as well. We've got picture books on different areas of the world. It's just a nice spot to sit and enjoy yourself. So when you come to the checkout counter, there's a few things. You see that beautiful fish behind the counter. That we got that in about a year ago, and we fixed it. It was in a state of disrepair. We fixed it up, patched up a few spots, and Vera painted it with gorgeous colors, and it's a happy fish. Another interesting thing we have at checkout. People love these. They're $8.50. They're grab bags. We put 4 to 5 full-size books in each one. We pick books that we know people will still read. We don't put, any bad books in there. And we seal it up, and they get what they get. They're incredibly popular. Another thing we have near checkout are note cards from things that we've seen in this store. There's part of the mural that we saw in back. So even if you don't buy a book, there's other options for you to walk out of here with something very nice. Well, thank you for coming in. Our store hours are 11 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 12 to 6 on Sunday. So we're open every day of the week. If you don't see what you want in the store, you can order online as well. We have a selection that we sell through a couple different websites, ABE Books and BiblioBooks, as well as our own website, thebookescape.com. If you order through our own website, you get free shipping. So anything you order, free shipping. If you come into the store and buy a new book, all the new books are 15% off, even the local interest ones. And that price is very competitive with anything on the internet, I will say. It will beat Amazon's price in a lot of cases. Our store has a little bit of everything, so whatever your interest is, come on into the Book Escape, and I think you'll find something good.
There are so many things to see and do while visiting Baltimore. Make sure that the Book Escape is at the very top of your must-see list.
Well, that's it. We'll include a link to the Book Escape's website in the comments section should you wish to find out more. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons and make sure to click on the bell so that you're notified of future videos.